Hello beginner dragons, this is Mr. Van. This is going to be the start of the third video and the second week, however you want to see it. As we go into this week, I am first going to talk about our physical and mental goals, which is different, but I hope it still feels the same. And then we are going to do our warm-up, and then that will lead us into our form because of the warm-up having some sort of influence on our form. So first, we're going to talk about our physical goal, which is excellence. Excellence is getting better and better every single time while also trying to do your best. So you might be wondering, well, how can I get better if I'm doing my best? Because your best one day might not be the best another day. So an example of this could be a front flip. If you guys don't know, you start off with a roll and then you could do a cartwheel or something to improve that, and then you could do a front handspring and then that will lead into a front flip. Now, that first day you might not be very good at your basic roll, and then the next day you might get better, and then better, and then eventually you can do that cartwheel, and then eventually you'll do a front handspring. But if you tried to do a front handspring at the beginning, you wouldn't be able to. So even if you try your best, you can't do that at the beginning. But later you can, because you showed your excellence and you showed you're not willing to give up, which is our mental goal, which is courage. So courage is how you don't give up every single time. So you might start with thinking that you're very horrible and you're not going to be good at a front flip or something of the sort. But as you get better, you keep on thinking, I won't give up. I can get better. I will be able to do this. That is courage. Courage is showing yourself that even if you aren't good at the beginning, I'm not going to give up. Even if I look horrible doing a front flip, I'm not going to stop. That's what courage is, and that's how it leads into excellence. Excellence is showing that you're going to do your best no matter how good you are right now. And then courage is getting better than your best every time you try. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So with a front kick or a front flip or something, you could just give up at the beginning and only do a roll. But if you don't give up and you show that courage and show that even if you look horrible, you're not going to stop until you do it, that's how you obtain excellence. And that's what I want to see from you guys. This is Future Van, which is going to give you guys a warning before you do this drill. This drill could make you slip and fall if you guys do it on a slippery surface or with socks on or something. So please, if you guys can, wear your shoes so that you guys don't slip, or if you can, get on a not slippery surface with your bare feet and try and do these as if it was in class, like a rug, like I'm standing on right now, or some cement or grass or something that's not slippery with shoes on or in your bare feet. Socks, if you guys wear socks, you are going to slip and you are going to fall, which is going to hurt if you guys fall wrong, and if you guys don't know how to do a break fall, you're going to hurt yourself. So please, please, please make sure you guys are safe. Now, I'm probably going to explain the drill after this. Now that we just talked about our physical goal and our mental goal, I am going to begin with our warm-up. Now, with our warm-up, this will lead into our form. So I'm really, really, really stressing that you guys must be doing this warm-up. For the past warm-ups, if you did a previous warm-up or some warm-up that you've done in the past, that was perfectly fine. But this warm-up, I need you guys to do it so that you guys can get the blood flowing and actually exercising, and so that you guys can learn techniques for your form. So before I proceed, I want to say I'm sorry if there's any background noise. It could be just me jumping and the floor I'm on just shaking a little bit, or it could just be a car driving by, or my uncle and aunt, or my mom or my dad, or something that might make some background noise, and I'm going to apologize now before it happens. Now, as you heard, I'm going to say jumping. So that leads me into our kicks. So there are 2 kicks that we are learning this month, which is a front kick and a pizza kick or a roundhouse kick. I apologize if I say roundhouse kick, that's how I was taught it, but a pizza kick is what the Dragons are calling it now. So, first, a front kick. A front kick, if you guys don't know by now, you point your toes towards the corner, pick up your foot about waist height, and then kick out at waist height and bring it back down. Now, you see how there's 4 parts? I'm going to do this to the side in case you didn't see. I bring it up, I kick out, I bring it back in, and then back down. So there are 4 parts to a kick. Those 4 parts are always going to be in kick. Even if it's a jump kick, that just adds another step. So I jump, up, out, back, down. So that's a front kick. Now, the second kick, which is a pizza or a roundhouse kick, whatever you want to call it, is just the same thing, but now instead of pointing our toes towards the corner, we are going to point them to the other direction. So I'm going to do this from a side view so that you're facing me. My toes are going to be pointed that way, and then I'm going to pizza kick towards that wall. So I pick up my foot, my knee pointing towards the target, right there. I kick out, my toes are pointed, bring it back in, and then back down. So up, out, back, down. Same 4 parts. So I bring it up, out, back, down. Just like our front kick, up, out, back, down. So you can see how there's only 4 parts in every kick other than jump kicks and spin kicks and jump spin kicks, but you won't need to worry about that. Now this warm-up is going to be a little difficult for you. This is more for karate kids and teenagers, but I believe in you guys. You guys are my little dragons. You guys are amazing, and I know that you guys can do this. So I know that you guys will believe in yourself and show courage and excellence and not give up and try and get better every single time. Now, you might be wondering, but I can already do a pizza kick, or I can already do a front kick, so this warm-up is going to be really easy. But I'm going to add a little extra element into our warm-up, which is going to be a machine gun kick. Now, a machine gun kick sounds very hard, but once you get used to it, you will actually love it, and you guys will actually think it's very easy. So I'm going to move up a little bit before I kick my wall. So a machine gun kick is roundhouse kicks, or pizza kicks, however you want to call it, in a row without putting it down, and you're moving forward. So that sounds complicated, but this is what it looks like. So I pick up my foot, I kick, push forward, kick, push forward, kick. I'm trying not to kick my wall right now. So that was a basic machine gun roundhouse kick, but if you guys can't do a machine gun roundhouse kick, that is perfectly fine. As I said before, this is hard for karate kids and teenagers, which is me. So even if you guys can't do this, that's perfectly fine. I'm not expecting you guys to. I'm expecting you guys to try and get better as you grow up and as you bring your excellence and courage to not give up, and eventually you'll be as good as me or even better than me, which I'm hoping that you guys do. So if you guys feel like this is way too hard, I don't want to do this right now, that's okay. You can do a different thing. So you can kick, again, waist height, below waist height, above waist height, whatever you feel like, but you can put it down in the middle. So if you can't do a machine gun roundhouse kick, you can do a kick, whatever height you want, and then put it down in between. So put it down, slide, kick, put it down, slide, kick. So that's from one side of the room to the next. So this is one side of the room. that wall is the next side of the room. Once I get to the next side of the room with my machine gun roundhouse kicks, kick, 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 kick. Now I'm over here on this wall. I'm going to do front kicks all the way back. So kick, kick, kick. Try not to kick any walls or surfaces, because number one, that's going to hurt you. Number two, that's going to hurt the wall, and you might break something, or it might break you. So please, please, please be aware of surroundings. That's not a joke, because if you kick something, you might get a bruise or you might even break a toe, which is awful, and you won't want that to happen. So that is 1 repetition. Now we are going to do it 5 from this side and then 5 from the other side. So if I'm kicking this way, I'm going to kick the other way all the way back down. Make sure your belly button is facing the same way every single time. So this first time, my belly button is facing that way. So when I start over there, my belly button should still be pointing towards the corner. So let's begin. So that was the first repetition. We only have 4 more on this side. So right side, pizza kicks. Again, if that's too hard for you guys, you can just slide. Then I'm going to do front kicks, making sure my toes are pointed to the corner, trying not to kick anything in my way. Now, as I'm talking about doing machine gun roundhouse kicks, again, sorry if I'm jumping and there's making noise. Again, talking about machine gun roundhouse kicks, please, 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 be careful. If you guys are not careful and your toes are pointed towards this way, and you try and bounce off and jump, you could be sliding and then land on your knee. And that whole body part, well, your whole body weight going onto your knee is like breaking 1,000 knees. It's going to hurt a lot. And it could break your knee, it could break your ankle, it could break your hip, it could break a lot of things. So please make sure your toes pointing towards the opposite direction you kick. Because if you don't, you're gonna hurt yourself. So make sure you point your toes. This is not a joke. Please be safe. I want you guys to be safe. I don't want you to hurt yourself. So again, machine gun roundhouse kicks. This is going to be our 3rd time, I believe. So machine gun roundhouse kicks, pointing my toes, 1, 2, 3, however many you can get in one room. I have long legs right now, so I'm not trying to kick the wall. So front kicks now. Again, point your toes towards the corner, please. This is our 4th. Machine guns, then front kicks, making sure that you guys have your toes pointed toward the corner. If you guys need a challenge, stop doing machine gun roundhouse kicks for the beginning, but try and get a kick as high as you can, or have an elevator. Why did I say it like that? Have an elevator of kicks. So you could start off very low and then bring it up as you travel across the room. And then you can do the same thing with your front kicks. So I'm starting very low, get a little higher, and then really high. Now, I believe that's my 5th time going back and forth. Now we are going to do our front kicks this direction, and then when we do our pizza kicks, we are going in this direction. Again, my belly button should be pointing the same way. So since I did machine gun roundhouse kicks with my belly button facing that way, when I do machine gun roundhouse kicks over here, my belly button should be facing this way as well. So, doing front kicks, making sure that you guys have the right posture, which means your back is straight and you're working out both legs. This is going to be my left side kicking, which is going to be a lot worse than my right side. This just shows you that even if you're good on one side, you have to try and get better on your other side as well. So you want to try and keep it even. Because if you saw my right side, that was really good. But this side, not as good. My hands were down, I wasn't sliding as far, my kicks weren't as high. So you want to try and get better on both sides. So not just working out your right side and then forgetting about your left, you want to try and even it out. So again, front kicks, alternating sides, toes pointing towards the corner, and then same with the machine gun roundhouse kicks. Pointing your toes away from the target and then kicking, trying to get as good as you can on both sides. So try to even it out. Remember, with any kick, keep your hands up so that if someone was trying to hit you in the head with a pillow or something, you can just block it just by putting your hands up. Because if my hands are down here, if someone tries to hit me and I see it, even if I get really, really fast, I'm not going to be able to block as fast as I can. So make sure your hands are up. Machine gun kicks again. Again, try not to kick the wall. That is a very bad choice and it will hurt. Front kicks again. Again, try not to hit the wall. Make sure you're hitting with the right part of your foot. Now, with a pizza kick, if I didn't say it before, you are pointing your toes like this so that it's kind of like a ballet dance, but not really. And you're kicking with your shoelaces. So if you're outside right now, you guys want to start with your shoelaces or something right on top of your foot, and you're kicking whatever, or if you're just kicking the air, you're pretending that you're kicking with your shoelaces. So try that however you want. So I think that's my fourth. I could be wrong. Front kick, front kick, front kick, pizza kicks that way. And that is the end of the warm-up. If you guys want to try that again, do it as you will. This is just going to help you a lot with your form. So please try and do this warm-up. Now that we've done our warm-up, we are going to move on to our form, which is going to be helped a lot by our warm-up in the past segment. So now that we've done it, we are going to go on to our form, which is Dragon Form 2. So our feet are together. We go Dragon Form 2, putting up 2 fingers. Sir, we get into our left guard stance, which is our toe heel line. I'm not going to explain it every single time, but make sure you guys have it. Hands are up. You put your left hand across your body, touch down so that you're blocking towards your knee, and then we are going to do a twist and punch, which is going to rotate you into a forward bow. Again, toe heel line, but now your hips pointing towards the front. Twist and punch so that your punch is vertical. I'm sorry if I do a horizontal punch at some point, it's just force of habit. After that, we are going to go into a cat stance. If you guys don't know what a cat stance is, I'm going to be doing it to the side so that you guys can see what it looks like. But if you guys are following along right now, this is what a cat stance would look like from the front. But this is what a cat stance looks from the side. So you guys are in your guard stance, you just did your touchdown, twist and punch. Now that you guys are in forward bow, you put your toes towards the side like this, and then you guys are going to rotate on the ball of your foot so that most of your weight is on your back foot. So if you wanted to pick up your foot for a kick or something, you didn't have to move your weight anywhere. You could just lean back a little, not like this, but just a little, so that you can just pick up your foot without even trying. And then do that front kick or that pizza kick without leaning back that much. So you're in your guard stance, you just did your touchdown, twist and punch. Now you are going to get in your cat stance. So most of your weight on your back foot after putting your toes towards the side, rotating on the ball of your foot, getting onto your weight on your right leg, and then you are going to kick with your left leg with a front kick, as I was saying earlier. So up, out, back, down. After that, you are going to do a twist and punch again with the same hand, and then you guys are going to turn your foot towards the back as you rotate your hips like so, and do a pizza kick landing into a guard stance like this. So just another run through so that you guys have a sort of idea into doing this. But if you guys have any questions, rewind the video, try and do it again. If not, that's perfectly okay. Try and get a email or something, a Facebook post that says Mr. Van or something like that. I was having troubles with this. Please help me out or something like that. So I'm in my guard stance after just doing Dragon Form 2. So guard stance, I'm going to touch down, still in my guard stance, turn my foot so that my toes are pointing towards the front, my hips pointing towards the front, into a twist and punch. Now I'm going to go into a catch stance, which turning my toes towards the side, my ball of the foot is just going to rotate. Most of my weight is on the back foot, and I'm just going to be able to lift up my foot without leaning back all the way like this, just a little bit right there. Now after that, I'm going to pick up my foot and do a front kick, turning back into a forward bow, doing a vertical punch, and then turning my foot, rotating, and doing a pizza kick, landing into a guard stance. That was a little complex, but some of that was just from last week. Most of it was from this week. So if you have any problems, just rewind the video, try and analyze it as much as you can. Do that drill again to get better at front kicks and pizza kicks if you want to. And that is going to be it for me. I hope you guys had a good class. Post on Facebook or email the McCoys, or post a picture of yourself on Instagram with the hashtag MAKBeatsCovid-19.